afternoon, everyone. Hello. Okay, so in the last lecture we have studied. Good afternoon, everyone. In the last lecture we have solved an isometry. We have solved an example of a isometry. So if we are provided with f of p is equals to some if you are provided with f of p, then you can find out what is a translation part and what is an orthogonal part. Okay, so let us go for the next one, that is we will see now covariant derivative. Before going to covariant derivative, we must know what is a directional derivative. I have given you one definition of directional derivative, that is VPF, that is directional derivative function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp is written as d by dt of f of p plus tv, but we have to find out that t equal to 0. Okay, what is this? Directional derivative of a function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. Okay, so this definition is nothing but initial rate of change of a function f at a point p in the direction of a tangent vector v. Now, why this directional derivative is important? Because it will give you the rate of change in any direction, arbitrary direction. So hence this is very important, so that we can find out the rate of change in arbitrary direction. Okay. So after this we have seen directional derivative of function f in the direction of a vector field. If I want to find out on a vector field, we have to go by a point-wise application, because on the vector field it means it is equivalent to find out on a single tangent vector. So what is a vector field? Vector field is nothing but a collection of all the tangent vector once at every point of a E3 space. And if you want to find out the directional derivative function f on whole vector field, then you cannot find out directly. So at that time you have to go to every point of a vector field. At every point you are getting one tangent vector. So v of p denotes that at every point you will get a one tangent vector. As a point p changes, this tangent vector changes. But now this definition is reduced to directional derivative of a function f in the direction of a tangent vector vp. But what is the change here? P and v both are fixed. But here if you change p, there will be a different tangent vector. Okay, so these two definitions we have seen. Even we have seen what are the properties related to this. Okay. So now we will see the covariant derivative. It is very similar to our directional derivative. Okay. So let me write down the covariant derivative definition. It is denoted by del VW. Okay. So this is called a rate of change of a vector field W. Okay. Here we are finding the rate of change of a function f. Here also we have found the rate of change of a function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. Here we have found the rate of change of function f in the direction of a vector field. But here we have to find out rate of change of a vector field with respect to a tangent vector, which is very equivalent to find out d by dt of w of p plus tv. Okay, this definition is very similar to our this definition of a directional derivative function f in the direction of a tangent vector vp. So here instead of taking a function f, we have taken a whole vector field. So that's why this notation of directional derivative, that is a square bracket, is now we have changed to a delta. That is we can find out the covariant derivative of a vector field W with respect to a tangent vector. Okay, this is nothing but d by dt of W of p plus tv. W is a vector field on E3, Vp be a tangent vector to E3 at a point P. Then covariant derivative of a W with respect to a tangent vector Vp at a point P is defined by, what is the definition? What del VW will measure the rate of change of a W as a point P moves in the direction of a v. This is a way of specifying the derivative along a tangent vector. Okay. That means this will give you the rate of change of a vector field W at a point P in the direction of a vector V. So up to now we are finding the rate of change of a function. Now here we will find out the rate of change of a vector field. Now you may have a question, what will be rate of change in a vector field? Because if you see vector field, just if I want to write down, it is nothing but summation over I Wi Ui. It is nothing. Any vector field can be written as a combination of a natural frame field. This theorem we have seen. Even any tangent vector can be written as a linear combination of a natural frame field. So what are those Wi? If you remember, we have solved the example like x square u1 plus y square u2 plus z u3 like this. So those Wi are nothing but this x square, y square and z. This is w1, w2 and w3. So what are these x square, y, z? All these are nothing but your real valued function. So if you want to find out the rate of change of those real valued function, then this definition of a covariant derivative will be now reduced to our directional derivative. Okay. So finding the covariant derivative is equivalent to finding out the directional derivative, but it will be the combinations. Okay. Because here we have to find out the rate of change of a vector field W at a point P in the direction of a vector field V. So it is very similar to a definition of a directional derivative function f in the direction of a tangent vector v2. Okay, after solving one or more example, you will understand what will be this covariant derivative. Okay, so let me draw the covariant derivative images. So how it looks like. Okay, whatever we are discussing is again on the 3D space. So first I will draw P plus TV, suppose this is P and B, somewhere in between that we will get P plus TV, where T is any parameter. Okay, so here we get P plus TV. So what will be W of T? Suppose this is your function. So what will be W of T? That is the image of the image W of P. At a point P here you will get the image. Okay, so this will be also W of P plus T. So here you can find out the rate of change. That is just differentiate with respect to T, you will get the covariant derivative. That means we are finding the rate of change of a vector field W at a point P in the direction of a tangent vector V. Okay. So what is this directional derivative? Is nothing but the rate of change of a function f in the at a point P in the direction of a V. So instead of having that, we will have a vector field. Okay. So what will be a vector field? A vector field is nothing but suppose let us go for one example. Find del V W. W is equals to, we are provided with x u1 y z u2 z square u3. X u1 y z u2 z square u3. What is P? 401. Okay, we have P is equals to 401. What is the next thing? We have V is equal to 121. Okay, so now we have to find out first P plus TV. Just like our examples of a directional derivative we have solved. P plus TV is equals to, what will be P? 401 plus T times 121, which is equals to 4 plus T. Okay, 0 plus 2T. Next, 1 plus T. So this is what P plus TV. Okay, what will be W of P plus TV? Okay, so now this is important. If you remember, we have found f of P plus TV also. So wherever you are having x, y, z, if you have x, you were writing 4 plus t. Wherever you have y, you were writing 2t. So in the very similar way, you have to write down for w of P plus t. So wherever you are having x, I have to write down 4 plus t. Correct? W of P plus TV. That means 4 plus t times u1 What is second one? Y into Z. Y is 2t, Z is 1 plus t into u2 plus Z square means 1 plus t square u3. Okay, so we have found W of P plus TV, and if you look on the definition, first we have to find out W of P plus TV, then we have to differentiate this W of P plus TV with respect to T, that is d by dt of W of P plus T, which is equals to, now I have to differentiate. What is the derivative for 0? Derivative of T is 1, so I can write directly u1 plus, what is the derivative of a 2t plus t square. What is the derivative of 2t? It will be simply 2 plus derivative of 2t square, that is 4t. Correct? No, this will be 2t into t, that is 2t square, that is 4t u2 plus next is derivative of this 1 plus t square, that is 2 times 1 plus t, derivative of t is 1. So this u3 as it is. Okay, so we have found d by dt of W of P plus T. Now we have to find out the value of this at t equal to 0. So just put t equal to 0. What I get the answer is, first is u1 plus 2u2 plus 2u3. So this I can write it as 1 comma 2 comma 2. So what I get the value of d by dt of W plus TV, that is nothing but covariant derivative of a vector field W in the direction of a tangent vector V is nothing but 1, 2, 2. But what will be the interpretation of this? Because if you go back in a direction, we have solved some examples of a directional derivative of a function f. At that time I have told you that what will be the interpretation of that. Because if you change a point P or B, there will be a corresponding change. That means your function, whatever the answer you are getting, that means if you get directional derivative of some function is equal to 0, that means that function will be constant. But related to that point P and V, if you change the point P and V, there will be a change. Okay, but what will be the interpretation of this directional derivative of a, instead of directional derivative, the covariant derivative of a vector field W in the direction of a tangent vector VP. What I got the answer is 1, 2, 2. This is simply one vector or simply one point on a 3D space, 1, 2, 2. So what is the meaning of this 1, 2, 2 we are getting? This is the only point in E3 space. So what will be the domain and codomain? I can say the domain and codomain for the covariant derivative will be E3 space, because after solving the example I will get the answer is in the E3 space. Okay, so but what is the interpretation of this? Actually, interpretation of a covariant derivative is nothing but whatever the coordinates I am getting, that will give you the directional derivative. If you see here, we have found the directional derivative of a coefficient of u1, directional derivative of coefficient of u2, and directional derivative of coefficient of u3. Like that only, no? Because if you have this is what our w1. W1 is nothing but your the coefficient of u1 is u1 was w1, and we have found the derivative of that in the at a point P in the direction of a v, which is very equivalent to say that we are finding the directional derivative of w1. Here we have found the directional derivative of w2, and here we have found the directional derivative of a w3. Okay, so combining, we can say the covariant derivative itself gives nothing but its coordinates give the directional derivative of a w1, w2 and w3. Okay, simply if you want to say what will be the domain and codomain of a covariant derivative, it is nothing but the E3 space, and what is the answer? It will give you simply one vector, one point in the E3 space, but its coordinate will give you the directional derivative of a function w1, w2, w3. Okay, so let us go with one theorem. What is a theorem? If suppose w is equal to, what is given, w is equals to summation over I wi ui, that is we are provided with a general type of a vector field. Okay, and then v is a tangent vector at a point P, then prove that v is a tangent vector at a point P, then we have to prove that then VW is equals to whatever we have discussed now. This will be here, summation over I VP WI, summation over I VP WI UI at a point P. Okay, so what will be the if you remember, we have solved VP F is nothing but summation over I dou F by dou xi Vi dou F by dou xi. Okay, what are those Vi? Vi are nothing but the coordinates of a tangent vector VP. In the very similar way, we have to solve this theorem that directional derivative of a function f in the direction of a tangent vector VP is nothing but the linear combination of a partial derivative. But here we have to say that this covariant derivative is nothing but the linear combinations of the directional derivative. What are those Wi? Wi, if you see in the last example we have solved, these are nothing but your real valued functions. So here also we are solving the real valued function. So instead of having VPF, we are having VPWI. Okay. So hence now we have to show that a covariant derivative is nothing but the linear combinations of the directional derivative. And what is a directional derivative? Directional derivative is nothing but the linear combinations of the partial derivative. Okay, so in this theorem we have to prove this. So what we are going to start with, first we will find out W of P plus TV. Okay, if P and V are provided, P plus TV we can find out. So what will be W of P plus TV? What is given to us? Capital W is equal to summation over I Wi Ui. So which is equals to, I can write directly as summation over I small Wi P plus TV and Ui P plus P. Okay, so we have written this. Now after this, now what we have to do by the definition, we have to differentiate this. The differentiation of this will be d by dt of W of T plus TV. That is, we have to find out the derivative. But if you see here, what are UI? UI are nothing but your natural frame fields. Okay, how to work for our derivative f composite P, f composite G at a point P. How we are going to write down? This will be f of P, G of P. Correct? So we have to differentiate with respect to T. So what will be the differentiation? I will write down this summation as it is d by dt of Wi of P plus TV, Ui of P plus T. Correct? So this now we can find out the value this at t equal to 0. What will be the value at t equal to 0? As we have not evaluated, so let us put t equal to 0 here. So what I get the answer is this will be summation over I d by dt of Wi of P plus TV, this as it is Ui at a point P, because at t equal to 0 it will be simply Ui of P. Okay, we have not evaluated the derivative, hence we have put d by dt of Wi of P plus TV as it is. Okay, so what is the value of this d by dt of Wi of P plus TV at t equal to 0? Okay, what is the value of this? This Wi are nothing but your functions, real valued functions. So if you remember, what will be f? This will be just like d by dt of f of P plus TV at t equal to 0. Initial rate of change of a function f at a point P in the direction of a tangent vector B. Okay, so what will be this? I can write this as so let me write down that as we are evaluating at t equal to 0 at this step, this is nothing but d by dt of W of P plus TV at t equal to 0. So this will be nothing but your covariant derivative of a vector field W at a point P in the direction of a B. So this summation over I d by dt of Wi of P plus T. What will be the value of this whole bracket? That is nothing but initial rate of a change. That is at t equal to 0 we have to evaluate the initial rate of a change of a function Wi at a point P in the direction of a B. So which is nothing but directional derivative of function f that is Vp Wi. The summation will carry as it is summation over I Vi Vp Wi Ui at a point P as it is. So hence the proof, that is covariant derivative is nothing but the linear combinations of the directional derivative, and already we have proved the directional derivative is nothing but the linear combinations of the partial derivative. You can solve the example by direct method. W of E plus dV, find E plus dV, find W of E plus dV, then find out the derivative with respect to t, and then you will get the answer. Or you can go by this theorem, that is it is nothing but summation over I Vp Wi. Okay, let me solve the same example that we have solved just now. We'll solve the same example by this formula. Okay. So what is W? W is equals to XU1 YZU2 plus Z square U3. XU1 YZU2 Z square U3. Okay. So we have to solve the example. For that, first we have to find out VPWR. Okay, what is VPWR? It is nothing but, first we have to find out VPW1. That is nothing but summation over I Pi dou Wi by dou Xi at a point P. Okay, what is Vi? Now already we know what is Vi. V is given to us as 1, 2, 1. So 1 derivative of W1. Okay, what is the derivative of W1 with respect to X? That is 1. All other will be 0 because derivative of X with respect to Y with respect to Z will be 0. No need to check. So what is the answer? VPW1 will be simply 1. Okay. So next we have to find out VPW2. Okay. What is VPW2? Summation over I Vi dou W2 by dou Xi. Okay. Find out the derivative of W2 with respect to XYZ. First we will find out with respect to X. Obviously this is not a function of X. YZ में X in here, so it will be 0. Derivative with respect to this will be with respect to Y is Z. Okay. So what is the coefficient? So what is V? We have provided 1, 2, 1. So the coefficient is 2 plus derivative with respect to Z is Y into 1. But we have to evaluate all those answer at P. What is our value of P, or what is the vector P? We have given 4, 0, 1. Okay, so second coordinate is 0. What I get the answer is 2z plus y. But value of this we have to find out at a point P. So what will be this? 2z, that is 2 into 1 plus y. Y is 0. So I will get the answer is 2. So first answer we have got VPW1 is 1. What is the second answer? That is VPW2 we have found is 2. Okay, so let me find out the answer for the third one. That is, we have to find out VPW3. Okay, so which is nothing but summation over I Vi dou W3 by dou Xi at a point P. So that is nothing but 1 to 1. Again, find out the derivative of Z square with respect to X is 0. Z square with respect to Y is 0. Derivative of Z square with respect to Z is 2Z. Okay, what is the coefficient now? Into 1, because Vi, that is third coefficient. So we have to find out all those answers at a point P. 2z at a point P, that is 2 into 1. Okay, Z at a point P, value of Z coordinate is 1. So what I got the answer? VPW3 is 2. So first we have got the answer VPW1 is 1, VPW2 is 2, VPW3 is 2. So if you go back, we have solved the example. There also we have got the answer is 1, 2, 2. So what are those? 1, 2, 2. These are nothing but the directional derivative of those function W1. Okay. So let me go for the next definition, that is covariant derivative of a vector field with respect to vector field. Just now we have found the covariant derivative of a vector field W with respect to a tangent vector Vp, which is nothing but d by dt of W of P plus PV evaluated at P equal to 0. But we have to find out now derivative, that is covariant derivative of a vector field W with respect to a vector field. Just like we have solved for a directional derivative of function f in the direction of a vector field. First we have found the directional derivative of function f in the direction of a tangent vector. But after that we have found directional derivative of function f in the direction of a vector field. Here also we have to find out covariant derivative of a vector field with respect to a vector field. Okay. So it is nothing but summation over I, that is finding the covariant derivative again on a vector field. That means we have to go by a point-wise application. That is, we cannot find out the covariant derivative directly on a whole vector field. We have to go to every point of a vector field, capital V. And if you go for every point of a vector field, capital V, which is nothing but V of P, that is nothing but Vp, now Wi, then Ui of P. Just like our definition, the theorem we have proved just now. That is Vp Wi Ui at a point P. So now we can write this is summation over I V Wi, that is directional derivative function f in the direction of a vector field at a point P, Ui at a point P. So now we can take this point P outside, so we can write this as summation over I V Wi Ui at a point P. As P is arbitrary, we can eliminate this, and what will be the definition of a covariant derivative of a vector field W with respect to a vector field will be this summation over I. This is directional derivative of Wi in the direction of a vector field V, and here Ui. Okay, so hence the proof. Okay, now we have to solve. We have to see the properties of these covariant derivative. The properties of directional derivative we have seen already. In a very similar way, we have to see the properties of the covariant derivative also. Okay. So let us go one by one. If suppose V and W are any two tangent vectors, so we have to find out del AV plus BW, directional derivative of a vector field y in the direction of a AV plus BW. Okay. So if I want to find out a directional derivative of a vector field y in the direction of AV plus BW, because V and W are provided to be a tangent vector. Okay. This is what first definition, directional derivative of our vector field in the direction of a tangent vector V. Similarly, we have to solve those properties for directional derivative vector field with respect to a covariant derivative vector field with respect to a vector field. Okay. So now we have to find out covariant derivative of a vector field y in the direction of a tangent vector AV plus BW. Again, AV plus BW, whether it will be again in the E3 space or not. Again, you have to go back in the first chapter. That is, if V and W are any two tangent vector, we have proved that with the help of a vector addition and scalar multiplication that I have repeated many times, it will give you that it will form a vector space. So if it forms a vector space, AV plus BW will be again in the same thing, same vector space. So hence we can find out the covariant derivative of a vector field y with respect to a tangent vector AV plus BW. Okay. So if I want to find out the answer, what should be the answer? We have to prove that it is equals to A times del V y plus B times del W y. Okay, to prove that it is equal. Okay, so let us prove one by one. Now what we know about del VW is nothing but summation over I Vp Wi Ui. That we have proved just now. What is del VW? That is covariant derivative of a vector field W in the direction of a tangent vector. We have proved it is summation over I Vp Wi Ui at a point P. Okay. So instead of working for a single tangent vector B, यहाँ पे हमारा simply tangent vector B है, but here we have AV plus BW. So we have to do the corresponding changes. Okay. So let me write down for this. Consider. So this will be equal to summation as it is, correct? Summation as it is. Instead of having tangent vector VP, we have what we have AB plus BW, no? AB plus BW at a point P, and this WI as it is. Instead of WI, we have Y. So let me write down it is YI and UI at a point P as it is. Now simply we can solve this. Okay. So what will be the answer of this? This again we have to follow the addition property that is vector space that we have proved. So hence AB plus BW at a point P will be AVP plus BWP. Correct? A as it is VP YI UI at a point P plus B as it is WP YI UI at a point P. Okay. So what will be the answer of VP YI UI at a point P? So just now I have written this is nothing but your this A as it is summation over I VP YI UI at a point P. What will be the answer of this? This is nothing but direct covariant derivative of a vector field Y in the direction of a tangent vector V. Okay, plus B times this summation will carry as it is summation over I VP, sorry, instead of VP WP YI UI at a point P. So let me write down this. Just now we have proved, no? We have proved one theorem that the covariant derivative of W with respect to a tangent vector V is nothing but summation over I VP WI UI at a point P. So instead of this we have vector field Y. Instead of WI we have YI. So what I can write is A as it is, this will be del. Here V tangent vector, and what is a vector field? Capital Y plus B as it is. What is a tangent vector here? W. Here we have a tangent vector VP. So del W. What is a vector field? Here we have vector field W. Here we have a vector field Y. So hence the proof. Okay. So similarly, we have to solve for the next three properties also. Okay. Let me write down those three properties. What is the next property? Just now we have taken any two tangent vector V and W, but we have to take now only single tangent vector V, and this is A and B are scalars A, Y plus B, Z. What is Y and Z? Y and Z are nothing but a vector field, and what is V? V is a tangent vector. Okay. So what is the definition? Again we have del V W, that is covariant derivative for W in the direction of a tangent vector VP is summation over I VP WI UI at a point P. So here also we have only tangent vector V, so we can write for summation over I VP. Instead of having WI, instead of having a single vector field, we have A Y plus B Z. Okay, Y and Z are vector field provided. What is V? V is a tangent vector. Okay. In the last property, instead of having one tangent vector, we have AB plus BW. At that time, that's why we have solved like that. Okay, so let us write down this is summation over I as it is. This is VP. This is AYI plus BZI UI at a point. Okay, so now what I can write, A is a scalar, I can take outside summation over I VP YI plus B is a scalar outside summation over I VP ZI UI at a point P. Let me write down UI at a point P here also. So what will be the answer of this? when we are scalar, I can take outside. So what is the answer of VP? Directional derivative of yi in the direction of a tangent vector VP. So instead of wi, here we have yi. Instead of wi, we have there is zi, and tangent vector VP is as it is. So what I can write about this one? So I can write this as tangent vector V is same, but what is a vector field? Instead of a vector field W, we have a vector field Y plus B times. Instead of having a vector field W, we have a Zi. So what is Zi? Zi are nothing but the coordinates of that is the coefficients of U1, U2, U3. So we can write A del V Y plus B del V Z. Okay. So similarly, you have to prove for a these already the proof are available in our Shivaji University notes. The proof of all those four theorems. What are those four properties related to four definitions? First definition is directional derivative function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. That four property. Next, directional derivative of a function f in the direction of a vector field. Again, we have four properties. Again, here the covariant derivative of a vector field in the direction of a tangent vector. The two property we have proved. Now we have to see the properties of covariant derivative with respect to a covariant derivative of vector field with respect to vector field. Just now we have seen covariant derivative of vector field with respect to a tangent vector. Okay. So we have to prove the next is del V f y. So what is f? F is a real valued function. Y is a vector field. Okay, so this we can write again by the definition summation over I Vp, the tangent vector f yi ui at a point P. So now f can be taken outside. So what I can write summation over I Vp yi ui at a point P. This is correct or not? Because first we have to, as f and yi both are our functions, so we have to evaluate the derivative, directional derivative of a product of function. Here we have to use the properties of directional derivative of the product of function Vp f dot g. We have written this is nothing but f Vpg plus g Vp f. Okay, so here we have to use that. So Fp as it is plus next we can write yi as it is summation over I Vp f ui at a point P. Okay. So now again you can get the answer is this is nothing but Vpf and this is nothing but del V y. So what is the answer of this? This is nothing but f as it is f of t. This is del V as it is a yi instead of wi, so we can write it as y plus yi as it is yi ui. This yi with ui will give you capital Y, that is a vector field. What is this? This is nothing but ppf, directional derivative function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. Okay, so this third property we have proved. We have to go for the fourth one. Let us prove. So what is the fourth one? We have to prove that instead of taking a covariant derivative, here we have taken a Vyz. That is y and z are any two vector field. We have to find out the answer. Okay. So we have to show it is equals to del V y z plus y as it is del V z. I will give you this as example. We have to show it is equals to del V y z I t L V y z at a point P plus z as it is. Okay, so sorry, del V z y p del V z z as it is. First z as it is del vy plus y as it is del vz. I will give the hint for this. You have to prove it by first taking LHS prove, then LHS equal to RHS. Okay. First you have to go for LHS, then prove for RHS. Okay. यहाँ पे आपको इसका definition use करना है. Then you have to use the definition of this. Here I will give the hint for this LHS and RHS. First you have to prove LHS, then prove RHS. Take two equations 1 and 2. As equation 1 and 2 are same, so hence you can prove this reason. So this is nothing but summation over I dp yi zi. Yi zi are nothing but your coordinates of that is, these are nothing but the real valued functions. Okay, so you have to evaluate this and you have to answer this, and even after solving this you have to go for the properties of a covariant derivative with respect to a covariant derivative of a vector field with respect to a vector field. Okay, so if you have any doubt you can ask any time, and even I will give you one example for the homework so that I will understand whether you have got it or not. Okay, E is equal to minus yu1 plus x u3. What is W? Cos x u1 plus sin x u2. Cos x u1 sin x u2. Right? You have to find out del v w, that is covariant derivative vector field with respect to a vector field. Find out the answer of this and give me an answer. Okay. We'll take one live lecture so that you can complete any type of a doubt from the last two lectures.